Hello guys, and welcome to another video, and this one is going to be a pet spotlight, and the pet in question is the very scary skeleton. And people have been asking me about an alternative to the Ashen Phoenix, so this would be my answer for certain scenarios. You know that it depends on the scenario. For Endless in particular, I would go with this guy because he provides a lot of value packed in a very small package. As you see, let me put this down so that's bigger. He has only 3 things that he can do. So he can attack, and he has a 30% chance to attack. He can do a debuff, and he has an 8% chance to stun, blind, or lull an opponent. And then finally, but most incredibly, he can do wallop, which breaks defenses temporarily, and it does the T defense down or 2, and it does the T resistance down or T resistance 2, which takes away 80% of the opponent's defenses. So, and this is so powerful that even if the opponent, say, buffs, like does a defensive buff, this is still taking away before that buff. So that buff is buffing after everything has been taken away. So your opponent now needs a trillion fucking buffs to get back their base stats. That's what I'm saying to you. So most opponents, especially in Endless, will not be able to get anywhere close to their normal defenses once either of these has been procced. For this case, I'm doing the Heretic, so we're looking for the T-res down or double arrow down. So let's get into it. As I said, I would use it in Endless in place of the Ashen Phoenix if I didn't have the Ashen Phoenix, because it still gives me that damage boost. Granted, the whole strategy now has to change because you pretty much now have to do something with your turn and hope that it does the right thing. So it does the right thing this time around, and I still encourage having some pet action rate in your staff. I encourage, okay, so this is the build that I would encourage. Not Oracle. I would still go Magi spec because the ease of access it has to spells is why I would go Magi. But Oracle is really good if you have 2 of the accessory effectiveness amities, which I do, and you need to be a bit tanky because you'll be running now without DC up. So deities especially will enjoy this method because they can proc DC as they go. But us heretics, we now have to get crafty. We have to prevent our opponents from moving by either making sure they are asleep or making sure they are stunned. So sleep dart and stun dart, extremely important. I would dare say even miasma for things that are not sleepable or stunnable but can be blighted, because blight can be really powerful too. So this is what I would wear. Obviously I'm going to be wearing my trifecta of orange stuff plus these double BOGs. I won't be dual wielding because, as I said, I need to be defensive. I need to be a little bit more tanky. So I would say if you have Arisen Surtur's boots, that's another amazing one. I like this one as it is extremely tanky, and without DC, it's going to be hard. So you're going to want to just try to be as tanky as possible. But the increased chance to dodge is good. Okay, so obviously I'm doing shit damage because I'm unbuffed. Okay, I actually won't even be attacking, and I'll be seeing how often he does each spell. So you can just do a test run like this to see their immunities, because now I can be learning. Hey, come back here. I can be learning. Well, I know that he seems to be immune to all of them. He cannot be blinded, cannot be stunned. So, okay, fine. That's perfect. Not a problem. Blind is also really powerful, really underrated. Really underrated. Unfortunately, he did his attack there. You would have on your call too, so that might help your cause. So if you're trying to stun them more, or you're trying to get the defense down more, you have the calls there for that. But honestly, I'm not sure how effective calls are. Oh my god, it's like I just have this bad habit of trying to kill the things. I have a bad habit of trying to kill them, so I'm just here clearing the waves instead of letting the pet do its thing. Alright. So I'm gonna get into some stun darts and stuff. Actually, this is not my endless thing. So because even if something can be stunned, it isn't a must that it is stunned. So if I try to stun and he wallops, then perfect combo. If I try to stun and I don't stun, and he tries to stun and he does stun, awesome. So that was a good combo. And you see, now I have a sure chance to hit him, unless you're using something with a static mischance like Realm Strikes or Spike Shield, which you'll still have a mischance even if they are stunned. But nothing else I do can miss. No other spell without a static mischance can miss. So I just do that and I'm sure to hit him. And if I do enough damage, he's sure to be dead. So I go bam. Alright, and he couldn't attack. He didn't attack either. Thank you very much, you bastard. Should've. But luckily, this one we know it cannot be stunned. It cannot be slept either, I believe. So we just try our best to one-shot it. And you would be using like an arcane spell there to try to one-shot that. Or the higher level ones, I try to Ultima out. If you don't have that, you just consistently switch between Transference if it's hitting you and the arcane spell. So I'm gonna stun this thing because it can be stunned. It walloped it and oh shit, I forgot I took out the lightning. I would have used a lightning spell on this. So as I said, it's going to be a little bit slower, but as you can see, it's very possible because unless they've been hitting a lot of zeros on me. Okay, they have been, sorry. Never mind. I was going to say I haven't been taking much damage, but maybe I might have been. But think of it again, I'm not buffed up at all. So it's going to be even better the more buffs you have on, because you know that they're pretty much multipliers. And this is the reason I like to use Magi. I just run out of mana so fast. Granted, I wouldn't be using this trash spell. Yeah, I got a summoning scroll. I wouldn't be using these trash spells, but these spells that I would be using might still have a bit of a cost. So I would stun this freak and he wallops him. Awesome. And we're just hoping that when they're stunned too, they don't attack. And that should be saving you a lot of trouble. And then you just go from there. Like if you want to stop on weaker waves and cast DC, you can do that. Granted, it might not last as long as you want. You could replace one of the amities if you're using something like the uptime amity. It might be a little bit better. So if you're using Oracle, you could replace one of the amities, one of the accessory amities with that. I want to start trying to sleep some stuff too, because I don't know what is really in me. Oh my god, this video has been going on for 10 minutes. Wow, sometimes I'm so just lost in the vibe that I don't realize what's going on. Okay, so even this thing can be slept. And this thing is a good thing to try to sleep then if it can be slept, because you know that stun dart is not the most reliable. So we have on the perfect trio of debuffs. We have him to be slept, he is getting his T-res down, and we were able to stun him. So for berserks in the earlier waves are probably when you would want this, because as I said, without DC you're gonna be a lot weaker too. You're gonna be doing like half the damage, so it won't affect your penetration per se, but for the tougher stuff that you need M1 spells usually to do, you can even stun something, you have it up like that, and now you can even drain it. I don't have drain here, and drain is like 1 point something M1, I don't remember, but drain has a lower penetration than something like transference 3. So it's all about decision making and just going through the waves one at a time. And I would say before you try to use shrines, you should be practicing the methods, because you might frustrate yourself when you're thinking that you're wasting your shrines. So try to practice it a bit and try to see what things are immune to what, so that you know exactly what to do in the situations. And if you do that, I think you'll be gaining a lot more orns than even just saying you can't do it, because you can do it. So just rewatch the video if you must and do it. Anyway guys, I just froze a while ago because I didn't see the thing. I was about to say, wow, I just did that whole video and it didn't record. Anyway guys, I was about to be fucking speechless, bro. Wow.